This is the Bethune-Cookman University Wildcat News Feed on Sirius XM, Radio Channel 142. HBCU, broadcasting from the Wildcat Lab in Daytona Beach, Florida. WELE 1380, The Cat. It's time to hear the good news from BCU.
Good afternoon and welcome to the BCU Wildcat Newsfeed, also known as #Talk Tuesday, the place where we get the real, raw, and relevant facts about what's going down on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University and HBCUs all around the world. I am your host, Franshawn Reed Barnes, and you are listening to WELE 1380 The Cat. Today we will be discussing the role of pre-alumni at historically Black colleges and universities and the role of alumni at universities all around the world. Today with me I have special guest, President of the Pre-Alumni Council, Mr. Jakari Harris. Welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
So let's get straight to it. To set up our conversation for today, almost 2 weeks ago, Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, spoke at the commencement, 2017 commencement for Bethune-Cookman University. And there was a lot of positive feedback, and then there was some negative feedback as well.
Right.
Eventually, the conversation turned to the giving of alum at the university.
Topic of discussion.
A lot of people said if we didn't want this to happen, then alumni should give if they want to have a voice.
Correct.
And so I want to start off there by asking you, what ways can pre-alumni, students that want to have a voice, students that don't want to feel like they have to quote unquote sell out, what can they do to support BCU in the future today?
Well, thank you again for inviting me onto your show. As the Pre-Alumni Council President, it is vital that current students as pre-alumni, they start today giving back to our university. They don't wait until they graduate. I hear a lot of students say, I'm just going to wait and start a scholarship, 2-3 years after I graduate when I get a good job. But what I share with them is, hey, even if you give $1 a day or $5 a week, you're starting now. You're not putting it off to a hold. And that's the issue that I see with our pre-alumni students. And then when I speak to alumni, they stated the same thing. Well, when I was an undergraduate student, I stated I was going to wait until a couple years after I graduate, but they still have yet to give back. And if they did, it's not as much as they desire to. So it starts today. $1 a day, 50 cents a week, it does not matter. But as long as you ingrain it in your mind that, hey, I want to be an asset to this university, I want to leave a legacy, a monetary legacy to this university, so the students that comes after me have the resources that they need to matriculate through BCU, I will do what I need to take for us to ensure that it happens.
Great. And what I really hear you saying is no dollar, no gift is too small to give to a university.
Correct.
Now, what about the individuals that genuinely cannot give? Is there another way that pre-alumni and alumni together can support the university?
Of course. So when it comes to pre-alumni, we have, especially for our freshman class, we have a lot of incoming freshmen that needs to be active within the institution as pre-alumni. So if you are a junior, a senior, or even a sophomore, you can start back by mentoring those freshmen. We have a lot of freshmen that are scared to come out of their rooms, that are scared to actually walk the campus because they're not having that mentorship as they should. So if you can't give back monetarily, you can give back personally. You can meet actual freshmen, meet more than just one, meet 2 or 3, and actually speak to them and help them throughout their matriculation until you graduate.
That's great. Now, working in the administration of a historically Black college and university, one thing I know is that you really don't tend to hear the voice of the alum or even pre-alum until there is an issue on campus. And so my question for you is, what is the role of alumni and pre-alumni at the university? Is it two voice problems or is it something else?
Well, voicing problems can be a good thing at times. However, first I would like to say is it's important that you educate yourselves before you voice an issue. It's one thing, being at the table and not being at the table. When you're not at the table, you're confused. You allow everyone to just say anything to you and you just take it and leave, run. But if you educate yourselves first, and then you can say, hey, this is what I know. What can we do to change it? Instead of the problem just coming up and you're arguing, fighting, because nothing will get done that way. It's education and then seeing how we can compromise. And that's the issue I see as well. We have a lot of, students and alumni, they want things to go their way. However, in this world, it's about compromise. What can we do to work together for the best of us?
And so when we talk about implementing change, it really starts at the root, which is where you are, the pre-alumni council,
right.
Catching students before they get out into the world.
Correct.
So as the president of the pre-alumni council, as every institution has one, what is the purpose of a pre-alumni council?
Well, the purpose of the pre-alumni council is to stimulate the interest and participation of students in the progress of UNCF. It's the institution has, United Negro College Fund with them, and preserve and further the loyalty and fellowship among the member institutions of the UNCF, their facilities, staff, students, and alumni, to assist our National Alumni Association as well. That's the overall purpose of pre-alumni at the institution.
Now, I believe you addressed this a little bit earlier in the conversation, but how soon can students get started? Students
can start right now, this minute. All they have to do is save $1, $2. We have a lot of students who, of course it's college, so, like to go out, go to parties and things. But how about we just, cut off one party a week and say, hey, let's put this $5, let's put this $10 to a scholarship for the future, to a freshman. If you don't give back directly to, our institutional advancement or alumni giving campaign, if you give directly to a freshman to assist them with their books, that's giving back. That's how you can start today.
Now, is the focus of pre-alumni just monetary, or are there any other aspects of the student life and pre-alumni life that you all focus on?
Yes. So, of course, it's fundraising for the UNCF. We work on community service, and it's not just simple community service. It's going in depth. It's getting out of ourselves to ensure that we're meeting the needs of our community. And then we're talking about career development, ensuring that our students who's choosing to graduate and go on into the career world have a career within their major. Then we're speaking about maintaining the university's legacy, just like our founder, maintaining our legacy, ensuring that, when we depart to serve, that we will be remembered for something.
How can alumni get involved in supporting you all, in supporting pre-alumni?
Well, first thing, I've talked to my advisor, pre-alumni council advisor, and I spoke to her in regards, hey, when we have these alumni giving campaigns, when we have these alumni mentors and socials, how can more pre-alumni students and just students in general attend the gatherings so the alumni can see what the students are currently doing? So we can work together in that way. Alumni can, more alumni can come back on campus. When, if it's homecoming, if it's, a big game, we can do things together as pre-alumni and alumni so we can work together more.
Are there any opportunities that you believe that the alum should make available to pre-alumni students?
Yes, I definitely do. First, when it comes to careers and internships, we have several alumni who, of course, gives back monetarily, and then, who, if they have a job opening, who will assist those students that's within that career field. But we do still have a lot of alumni, who are human resource officers, who are managers, top-ranking managers, who are president and CEOs of their business in our company, who has not yet offered a job to our students. And that's an issue. And I've talked to a couple alumni, and they have not, because they feel as if the students are not trying to get it themselves. That means it works on both ends. As students, pre-alumni, we cannot expect for a job or internship to be handed to us. We have to work for it, just like we work in the real world. It's not one of them things where as we come to BCU depart to serve with a handout. No, we depart to serve working hard for our students, for our families, for our friends and peers. So that's another way how alumni can give back to our students by, hey, if you have an internship, if the student can benefit from it, give it to them. Help that student.
That's good. You said it's a double-edged sword.
Correct.
That the alum need to provide
Correct.
the opportunities, but
Correct.
the students also need to be ready to receive the opportunities
Correct.
and reach out as well.
Correct.
So that makes me want to ask you, is there a mentorship program in place where pre-alumni get to meet current alumni so that they can develop relationships, because most internships come out of relationship?
Correct. Well, I've started speaking to our senior class president within student government to see, hey, how can we work together as, the senior class board and senior class and the pre-alumni council and with the alumni to have these mentors, to have these gatherings. And I see what our other peer and aspirant institutions are doing. They're, having these socials throughout the year with alumni, if they're local alumni, or if the pre-alumni go to another city for a couple of nights just to hang out with the alumni to see what they're doing. That's how they're actually mingling, coming together to understand the role of both parties.
Now, having an ear close to the ground on campus, I heard a lot of students say that they were seeing alum for the first time when Betsy DeVos arrived.
Yes.
They had never reached out like that before, and all of a sudden they were on campus, they were bringing food, they were offering support.
Correct.
Do you feel like there is a consistent level of support from the alum? And if not, what can they do to bridge that gap?
I do not feel like it's a consistent level of help from the alum or support from the alum. We do have those great alums who, constantly give back, who's constantly in our institution. You see them, students know them by name, but we have those other alum, that came to the commencement just because it's Secretary DeVos. They want to see what's going on. They want to have a hissy fit, I would say, in regards to, why she's our commencement speaker, but are they on our institution? Are they on our campus right now? Have they emailed our students back? Have they got in contact with our students? What are you doing afterwards? Because, we can argue and we can have a disagreement all day long, but what are you going to do that's going to benefit one? And we still have students right now that's in summer school who needs assistance in paying off their summer books, online access codes. And if you are an alumni, that's listening to this, how can you assist those students right now? We have a lot of students who, are trying to graduate in the fall, trying to graduate in the spring, but they can't because they don't have that extra $20, $25 to buy that book. And that's going to hold them back to another semester.
Now, do you have an alum that has changed your life personally to make you want to get involved in the pre-alumni council?
Well, I always stay in contact with alum, and I would have to say, our board of trustee, Mr. Rufus Wilson. He is an amazing alum. And, before I actually got to meet him and shake his hand, it was something about his presence. And I believe, it's great to feel somebody's presence before they even speak to you. And from him, I always say, I want you to feel my presence before I even walk into the room. So when I'm there, it's time to get down to the work for the students. So, Rufus Wilson, one of our trustees, he's an amazing man. He's always on campus, always on the campus, always giving back to the students, always seeing there's something that the students need. And, when I see him often on campus, he said, hey, what is it the students that don't have that I can give to them now? He's an active alum. A lot of students know him. A lot of students respect him as an alum. They don't respect him because what he can give. They respect him because he's on campus. He's actually sitting down with the students, eating lunch with the students. That's why they're respecting him.
So you just said something that was so profound, was that the students don't respect him because of what he gives. They respect him because of his presence.
Correct.
That's amazing to me. What are some other ways that alum can be present for pre-alum?
Well, if you can't come on campus, if you live hours away, we have a lot of different things that's on, Facebook, social media that you can get active in, just topic of discussions, bi-weekly, weekly that you can, chime in on. It's just that presence. We want to hear your voice. We want to see what you have to say. It's hear or see. And if we can't see you, let's hear you. Let's see what you're talking about as an alum, because one day we'll be in your shoes and one day we'll, want to be giving back to our university, but we want to give back in a great way because all students are an asset to Bethune-Cookman University. And when you are an asset, as I say, as an asset, we invest. All alum, they invested in BCU. So when you have departed to serve, I want you to invest back into another student.
That's good. Tell me, as the president of the Pre-Alumni Council, what is your grand vision for pre-alumni? What do you want your legacy to be?
My grand vision for pre-alumni is first ensuring that our students are giving back today. And in the fall, we're starting this new campaign called I Love My 1904, where students can give back $19.04 or more to Bethune-Cookman University, specifically for scholarships for the students. And this will be the first time that we will actually have a student-ran campaign that is around an important date, 1904. And, my team, we're ready, our advisors, institutional advancement, we're ready for this because we want our students to be receptive to this. We want the alumni to say, hey, we see students that are struggling to make it to class, that's struggling to get this book, who is striving to try to give back. If it's not $19.04, we can get 3 or 4 students saying come together and make $19.04. But it's the mindset of I'm going to try. That's what it is. And then not only with the monetary piece, it's ensuring that our students are equipped with the necessary tools, resources that they need to grow. So when they depart to serve, they will have everything on their mindset that they can leave and be successful with. That is my goal.
That's great. And you are such a great advocate for BCU because you've had a wonderful experience here, clearly with the students, with the staff, and with the alum, because they've done a great job.
Yes.
Now, my question is, what do you say to graduating seniors or to an alum of another university who's listening right now, and they say, well, I don't give back because I did not have a positive experience at that university? What do you say?
Well, first, you make the experience what you wanted to make. For me, I didn't think I was going to come to college. I thought I was going to stay in Tallahassee and just, be as my other brothers are. But no, I had to change my mindset. And when I began to come to Bethune-Cookman University, the first 2 weeks I said, this school is boring. I don't like it. But the reason why I didn't like it is because I was not trying to like it. I was not getting involved with anything. I was not educating myself on the things that would assist me, not only today, but forevermore. So when I became involved, when I started actually listening and going to meetings, that's how I enjoyed my experience. But even if you are an alum or a graduating senior that did not enjoy your experience, and that's the reason why you're not giving back, give back, because there are students who are enjoying their experiences. There are students who have worked hard to become a sophomore, to even enter the gates, the doors of Bethune-Cookman University, who struggle to come in, and they're enjoying their experience. Don't hold your money back. Don't hold your resources back because you didn't have a great experience. You can have a great experience as an alumni if you participate, if you educate yourselves on the things that you can do. Our alumni office has a lot of events for alumni. If it comes to games, if it comes to events throughout the month, throughout the year, classic, there's things that alumni can do that will help them have a better experience as an alumni. It's just a matter of you have to be willing. You have to want to give back. You have to want to support Bethune-Cookman University, because at the end of the day, that's where your degree came from.
Are there certain perks that come with being a member of the Pre-Alumni Council, or just being a pre-alumni and knowing alum?
Well, of course. Speaking of, great perks, it's just perks. First, it's the networking. That, if I don't benefit from anything else at Bethune-Cookman University, I will have benefited from networking, meeting key people within the institution, community, Florida, and on a national level is networking. And the way I came about that is I went to a gala, and I did not want to attend the gala, and our vice president of institutional advancement, Dr. Lucas, he said, Jakari, you need to go to this gala. And for me, I was like, I don't feel like going to this gala. I'm tired of going to galas. But I was like, I'm going to go to this gala. So I went to my room, took a nap, got up, and went to the gala. And I'm so glad I went to the gala because I met Mr. Gail Limeron. And that was through networking, just sitting down, talking to him about 10, 15 minutes. And I educated myself on the thing that he has done for Bethune-Cookman University, for University of Florida, for Daytona State, for Embry-Riddle. He is an asset to Daytona Beach in the entire state of Florida. So if I have networked with him and I see what he's doing and I want to be like him and better, I have to get out and see what they're doing. And that's how I have benefited from, being a student, being in pre-alumni, is networking and seeing that there is more out in the world for me than I ever thought it was.
Is it ever too late to get involved? It
is never too late. If you are a student, pre-alumni, you can get involved today. If you can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Jakari Harris. You can email us, come to the institution. They'll direct you to the correct people. There's always ways that you can be involved as a pre-alumni. And my thing is, students, we already pay the $5 fee for pre-alumni, which means you're already in pre-alumni. You just need to be active. And once you activate yourself within the organization, you will glow.
You told us about a 1904 campaign that you'll be instituting at the beginning of the year.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Is there any other events that you all have coming up that people should be looking forward to during the 2017-2018 school year?
Well, yes, of course. So, jumping into our initiatives, we're spoken in regards to monetary. Now we're speaking about in regards to career. We're teaming up with our career development office and ensuring that when we have these career fairs that there's promised jobs for our students. We're going to have actual internship, resumes, and we're going to have grant writing classes. And I'm glad I added on the grant writing classes because there are so many grants out there for our students that our students can apply for if they are taught the correct ways to write and receive the grants. So that's one big component that I'm just excited about, because when I learned about how I can write a grant, I was like, I don't want to be just about me. How can all my students and peers, learn about writing grants? So we're going to have a lot of workshops for that. We're going to have a lot of meet and greets with alumni, with administration, so they can be inclusive within pre-alumni. So there's a lot of ways that we are going to grow and excel pre-alumni and take it to the next level. And this is only the beginning, and I'm just excited about what's happening.
So in closing, let's say that you have someone listening to the show who feels like it's too late. They haven't capitalized on their experience at BCU. They feel alone, headed to graduation, headed into their senior year. What do you say to them?
First, I say to you is find me. Because after you see me, speak to me, hug, or shake my hand, you will already be equipped with the knowledge, the necessary resources and tools to ensure that when you are walking across that stage, when you are about to turn in your graduation application, that you are ready, set, and going, that you're going for the ultimate prize, that you have a career within your major, that you have an internship that you've been asking for, a paid, compensated internship, that you are meeting the correct people so that when you do graduate from graduate school, you still have resources there for you. You still have that support. Meet me. Or if you can't even find me, which I know you will be able to, meet someone within pre-alumni. Go to the university president's office. Go to institutional advancement. They will direct you to people that will assist you, that will help you, that will help you grow. And everyone that's in pre-alumni is about growth. How can we help each other? It's not about how can we help me, because it's not about me. It's about what can I do for you? What can you do for me? How can we help each other so that we all can grow forward, onward, upward together?
Give me one word to define the future generation of pre-alumni.
One word to describe the future generation of pre-alumni. My word would be everlasting.
Wow.
And the reason why I say everlasting is because once students start getting involved in pre-alumni today, they will want to be involved with the pre-alumni and alumni until their deathbed. And I promise you, we are about to go higher on another arena with pre-alumni, with our alumni association, that will break the chains, that will cultivate, that will lay the foundation for our former and current students.
Wow, that is great. Well, you heard it here first on hashtag Talk Tuesday, the place where we get the real, raw, and relevant facts about what's going down on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University. Thank you so much, Mr. Jakari Harris, for joining us
having me
this week. And don't forget to join us next week on Talk Tuesday at 3 p.m. on WELE 1380 The Cat.
On October 3rd, 1904, a very determined young black woman, our founder, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, opened the Daytona Literary and Industrial Training School for Negro girls with $1.50 and faith in God. Today, those same values stand: faith in God. When looking for a university to further your children's education, there's none better than Bethune-Cookman University. The university is guided by its core values. First, F-I-R-S-T. F as in faith. We recognize and uphold the first Christian tradition while welcoming the diversity of faiths. I for integrity. We live in a way that reflects our deepest convictions. R for respect. We recognize the inherent dignity and worth of each person. S as in service. We seek social justice through civic engagement. T as in thirst for knowledge. We are engaged in the continuous pursuit of learning that transforms us and the world. Go to our website at www.cookman.edu/admissions or call 386-481-2603 or 1-800-448-0228. Your first step for the future starts at Bethune-Cookman University. Enter to learn, depart to serve. Bethune-Cookman University.